Hello, everybody. Welcome to yet another episode of the Lajja podcast. This was initiated to spotlight or highlight the amazing women at Lajja because they're doing commendable work. Today, we have with us Surekha Ritesh. Surekha, tell us a little bit about your work.
Thank you so much to call me for this Lajja podcast today. Hello everyone, my name is Surekha Ritesh. I'm the founder of an SaaS tech HR application called Leap On Board. I'm also a soft skills trainer and a POSH consultant with an HR work experience of more than 15 years. That's a short introduction of me, and you will know more about me during this podcast.
Wow, that's a nice way to do it. So tell me, what inspired you to start your business? And what was the most significant hurdle that you faced?
Great. What inspired me to start this business? During the COVID time, Vandana, my husband was discussing with me a lot of problems that he was facing in his office being part of the management team. And one such problem that he was facing was in terms of hiring and primarily engaging with candidates once hired. And thus, on the Kitchen Table platform, we started Leap On Board, a SaaS tech HR platform to engage with candidates in a personalized, systematic way. Also, because of my hunger and drive to keep learning, I took the opportunity of the lockdown and I upskilled myself. I prepared and became a POSH consultant, and thus I enhanced my career from a soft skills trainer to a POSH consultant, and now I am on the IC board of various organizations. To answer your question in terms of hurdle, the biggest hurdle that I have faced so far is the ability to ensure that my audience believes in me and understands the value that I would bring to the table.
It's very, very important actually. So now with this thing of wanting to learn, keep learning and handling so many things, also being part of so many committees, tell me, how do you balance the demands of entrepreneurship with your personal life?
Wow, I was just waiting for that question for you to ask. Entrepreneurship and personal life are two sides of my life or my personality, you may say. I have been extremely lucky to have a very supportive family, Vandana, be it my husband, son, mother, mother-in-law. All four of them pitch in whenever required without asking, and that's been my strong support and pillar of strength for me to achieve the dreams that I've faced or kept for myself.
That's so important, having a support system, and yes, you are lucky to have one like that. So tell me, since we are Lajja and we are talking about the women here, what unique perspectives do you think women bring to entrepreneurship?
Great. I believe that women bring a very different perspective to entrepreneurship. One, we have the ability of being multifaceted. So we can multitask a lot of things in one go. Two, we are able to be more patient and empathetic, and thus we are able to understand the customer or client requirement in a more detailed, systematic way. Three, we have amazing listening skills, which I think our male counterparts really lack. And this is one skill that has helped me grow as a woman entrepreneur. Four, I think I have an extremely positive attitude and the ability to fight against failure. It's not that there have not been failures or setbacks in my entrepreneurial career, but I have been able to learn from the mistakes that I have experienced and move forward with a positive attitude. And finally, the sixth sense that women have is extremely powerful. I'm able to judge whether I would meet the customer requirements, whether the meeting will be successful, or what it takes to make the meeting successful. And these are the things that women bring to the table which differentiate women entrepreneurs from others.
I love the way you made them into bullet points for people to understand, and I think it's very, very important. Now that we have spoken about all of this, what's a mistake or failure that you've learned in your entrepreneurial journey? Because you mentioned, learning from your mistakes. What are the ones that you've learned?
Great question, Vandana. I believe consciously that mistakes is something that can happen at any age and any time. But how you face those mistakes and learn from them is more critical and important. I have learned how I should talk to the client.
Okay.
I have learned the mistake about how I need to prepare for client meetings. I have learned what it takes to make those client meetings successful. I've learned about how do you communicate in an effective, efficient way so that I'm able to communicate the message across clearly. And this has been my learning not only at Leap On Board, which I started just a year back, but throughout my entire POSH and other soft skill training programs that I've conducted for various organizations. If you are honest and that integrity shows, then anything you can surpass.
Absolutely. Again, I love the way that you have these kind of bullet points. It's very, very clear, very practical, very, there's no ambiguity around your even the thought process. So, very well done. Now, if there are failures, there are also people, naysayers, there are a lot of people who have these questions. So, how do you handle skepticism or the challenges as a woman in business? And I'm sure there are plenty of skeptics out there.
There are many. And that primarily also roots from the fact that because we stay in the Indian society, men find it difficult to believe that women entrepreneurs can lead successfully. And that is the biggest skepticism that I have faced so far. What have I done to surpass it is in terms of my preparatory skills when I am going for meetings or for events that are important to me.
Okay.
So be it in terms of the fire in the belly to prepare for the meeting. Every meeting is different and unique.
Yes.
And you need to prepare differently when you're meeting different kinds of people.
Yes.
What you would say in a healthcare domain will not hold true in the IT sector.
Absolutely.
And what you say in the IT sector does not hold true in the manufacturing domain.
Yes.
So when I need to sell even POSH, which is unique for everybody, and the same law applies as it's an Indian law,
Yes.
but the way I communicate to those people makes a big difference.
Absolutely.
2. The integrity and honesty with which you know your subject and how you communicate in the right way. If your client or customer can see that what is the value that you bring to the table,
Absolutely.
then they are ready to listen to you or give you an opportunity. A lot of my business has come from hearsay, word of mouth, or people recommending me. And that's primarily because they can see that what I commit is what I deliver. And most often than not, I deliver more than what I commit.
That's a good thing.
And finally, I also think that, as I mentioned earlier, the empathy that plays in flow of when you're talking and when you're trying to understand the client's requirements. Most often than not, people don't listen to what the client wants. And they sell only what they have. I consciously believe that before I sell what I have, I need to listen to what the client wants. And that's been a very important way in which I have managed to deal with skepticism.
That's so amazing. You've spoken about empathy, you've spoken about understanding what the client wants before actually pitching what you can offer. Whatever you offer could be a value add.
Absolutely.
That's a wonderful way to put that across. Okay, so as an entrepreneur, as a successful entrepreneur, what advice would you give to aspiring women entrepreneurs starting their own ventures?
What got me to start training and development or push myself into that was primarily because when I left my career of TCS, I didn't want to stay at home. I wanted to make a unique identity for myself. So 1, you need to want to do something for your own self.
Yes.
2, you need to be confident about what you're doing, and you need to know and call it out.
Yes.
When I started Posh, I was sure that I could deliver the Posh training programs very differently and uniquely from all other Posh trainers. And I'm confident in the way my delivery style is. So you need to be confident in what you say. And lastly, never give in. My business has been picking up very slowly, but I know that there is a scope for this, and there would be a time when it would grow really well. But it's all about playing the patient game and being confident and not giving up.
Absolutely, absolutely. Never giving in is so important for everybody, whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you are, working in a corporate, whichever it is. The fact that you want to get up every morning and step out and do something is amazing. And what you said, it boils down to the fact, unless you want to empower yourself, there's nothing anybody really can do for you. So this is Vandana Joshil signing off on this Lajja podcast. I hope all of you who are listening to us have learned from all the practical tips that she has shared with us. And we hope to see you again at the next episode of Lajja podcast with another amazing Lajja woman. Thank you.